Guess what? Baseball's back. This is real good news. Baseball is officially back and that they're going to have a season, which is amazing considering what's been going on recently. The owners unanimously voted to make Manfred force an MLB season on everyone. So he's demanding it, he's requiring it, so it's going to happen no matter what. And they agreed on their COVID protections and everything else. It's going to be a 60-game season. Spring training is going to be start on July 1st, or a version of spring training is going to start on July 1st, and then the season is going to be around July 23rd or 24th. That's when it's going to be starting. It's going to be a 60-game season. They're going to be, I believe it was 10 games against each of their divisional opponents. So 40 games against the division, and then 20 games against the interleague opponents of their corresponding area. For example, the AL West is going to go up against the NL West. So the Astros are going to play against the 10 games against the Angels, 10 games against the Mariners, 10 games against the Athletics, and 10 games against the Angels, Mariners, Athletics. There's another team in our division. I know there is. Astros, Mariners, Athletics. I'm having a major brain fart. Astros, Athletics, Mariners, Angels. There's a little embarrassing. And the Rangers. Oh yeah. How could I forget that team? The Texas Rangers, the crappy team. Got it. So there's going to be 10 games against each of those opponents. They're actually going to play the Rangers 10 times, the Angels 10 times, the Athletics 10 times, and the Mariners 10 times. And then the Astros are going to play 20 games against the NL West, which would include the Dodgers, which is going to be so much fun. It is. But it's going to be the Dodgers, it's going to include the Padres, it's going to include the entire NL West. But the Dodgers, I hope we play the Dodgers. I don't know if we're going to be playing the entire NL West, but I hope we at least play the Dodgers. That's going to be amazing. Real amazing. So we're not going to be playing against the AL Central, we're not going to be playing against the AL East, and we're not going to play against the NL Central or the NL East. And that's what it's going to be like for every team. You play against your divisional opponents, and then the interleague, which is going to be the same. And then there's going to be two teams going to, I don't know what city, but there's going to be two teams that are going to be built. There are going to be players that are going to be paid to stay in shape to replace anyone that a team might need. And then if a team wants to get one of those players, they're going to have to pay for that player. So it's going to be a little bit interesting. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but it's going to be like that. And so presumably it's going to be, playoffs are going to be the same, what works. Presumably. I haven't really heard much about the playoffs yet, but it's going to be like that. And then we're going to have what was it? Oh yeah, the trade deadline. The trade deadline is not going to be July 31st. There is going to be a trade deadline though. Trade deadline is going to be August 31st, which would be the more midpoint of the season. In 60 games, that's about 2 months. Especially since, well, the MLB kind of plays a game every day, so it's about 2 months, maybe a little more. When you get the little rare breaks in between series that happen sometimes, but it's going to be very, very rapid. They're going to have to do the 60-man roster really rapidly. It's going to be a pretty interesting season to see how this goes, and we're going to get the Astros versus the Dodgers. Hopefully, I don't know if they're going to play against the NL West. I really am hoping they at least play the Dodgers. It's going to be so much fun. Getting so much revenge on them. Dodgers are not as good, but this is going to be really interesting as well, because I don't think the best team's going to win the World Series this year. I don't. As odd as that sounds, because I think it's going to be... Usually the World Series is going to be won by the best team of that year. Sometimes they get hot, or it's a team that gets really hot in the right moment. This is going to be whichever team can get hot first. Because 60 games... There's going to be teams, if you have a slow start, you're screwed. If you have a hot start, you're probably going to win the division this year, and you're probably... this is going to be very, very interesting. This is going to give the Mariners a chance, because last year we saw the Mariners, they had a really, really hot start, and they just kind of slowed down. The Astros and the Athletics kind of have a slower start, but they built up, and the Astros won the division, and the Athletics... got the wild card spot. So this is going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be... I don't know what's going to be really happen. It's going to be whichever team gets hot first. It's going to be whichever team gets hot at the right moment. This is going to be whichever team... You can't risk a slow start. You really can't. It's going to be extremely difficult to get back from. It's going to be the hot hand. Give it to the hot hand. Give it to the hot batter. The Athletics... Any team that goes on a streak, they're going to be division winners most likely. It's going to be a really interesting season. I'm not going to give whoever wins the World Series an asterisk, just because it's a different year, a different type of game. I'm really happy we're getting baseball. I'm hoping the Astros do really, really well and go on a revenge tour against the rest of the league. It's going to be so interesting, though, because... Like I said, I don't think the best team's going to win. I'm not going to knock on the team that does win. They're going to be the COVID champions of the year for the COVID World Series. But this is... I don't think the best team's going to win. I don't think there's a real way to predict who's going to win. You got to predict who's going to get hot first. Mariners could have a shot. Anyone could have a shot at this moment. Because it's not about skill. It's about who. Okay, this year, it's not about skill. It really isn't. It's about getting hot at the right time. That's what it's about. If you just get hot and you get on a good streak, and other teams are still rusty and they don't have everything figured out yet, you have a real, real good chance, even if the other teams are better than you. 60 games, not 162. This is less than half a season. 60 games. This is going to be real interesting. I can't wait to see how this goes. I can't wait. And I'm hoping the Astros are one of those teams that just get red hot.